My name is Kayla Murillo Rivera. Climate change and global warming. Climate change is a big problem. It affects the whole world, but what causes it and what can we do about it? There are many causes of climate change. One of the main causes is carbon dioxide in the air. We use a lot of energy in the home. This energy comes from oil and gas. When we use this energy, we make carbon dioxide. Cars and planes also make carbon dioxide. There are more cars and planes now than ever before. This is because more people have money to buy them. There are many consequences of climate change. One of the main consequences is extreme weather. In some places there are big floods, in other places there are long periods without rain. The weather is also getting hotter. This means that the ice at the north and south poles is melting. If the ice melts, the sea will rise by 70 meters. This will be very bad for people who live near the coast. What can we do about climate change? Governments need to make big changes. They need to use more renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy from the sun, wind, or water. People can also help. For example, they can walk or cycle to work instead of using a car. Incorporating EFL teaching and education strategies can also help raise awareness and promote sustainable practices to address the issues of climate change. A summary of each paragraph. 1. Climate change affects the whole world. 2. Carbon dioxide causes climate change. Extreme weather is a consequence. 4. Use renewable energy. Comprehension questions. 1. What is one of the main causes of climate change mentioned in the text? Is carbon dioxide in the air? 2. How do we make carbon dioxide when using energy at home? When we use this energy, we make carbon dioxide. 3. Why are there more cars and planes now than ever before? This is because more people have money to buy them. 4. What happens if all the ice at the north and south poles melts? The sea will rise by 70 meters. Video and vocabulary. Vocabulary. Mm.
Activities, from pollution to overpopulation, are driving up the Earth's temperature and fundamentally changing the world around us. The main cause is a phenomenon known as the greenhouse effect. Gases in the atmosphere, such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, let the sun's light in, but keep some of the heat from escaping, like the glass walls of a greenhouse. The more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped, strengthening the greenhouse effect and increasing the Earth's temperature. Human activities, like the burning of fossil fuels, have increased the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere by more than a third since the Industrial Revolution. The rapid increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has warmed the planet at an alarming rate. While Earth's climate has fluctuated in the past, atmospheric carbon dioxide hasn't reached today's levels in hundreds of thousands of years. Climate change has consequences for our oceans, our weather, our food sources, and our health. Ice sheets, such as Greenland and Antarctica, are melting. The extra water that was once held in glaciers causes sea levels to rise and spills out of the oceans, flooding coastal regions. Warmer temperatures also make weather more extreme. This means not only more intense major storms, floods, and heavy snowfall, but also longer and more frequent droughts. These changes in weather pose challenges. Growing crops becomes more difficult. The areas where plants and animals can live shift, and water supplies are diminished. In addition to creating new agricultural challenges, climate change can directly affect people's physical health. In urban areas, the warmer atmosphere creates
The warming atmosphere.
An environment that traps and increases the amount of smog. This is because smog contains ozone particles, which increase rapidly at higher temperatures. Exposure to higher levels of smog can cause health problems such as asthma, heart disease, and lung cancer. While the rapid rate of climate change is caused by humans, humans are also the ones who can combat it. If we work to replace fossil fuels with renewable energy sources like solar
Renewable energy.
and wind, which don't produce greenhouse gas emissions, we might still be able to prevent some of the worst effects of climate change.
Activity the book North Star, page 107 and 108. Phobias. Snakes, clowns, going to the destiny, a small space, very high place, dogs or other animals. People may be afraid of snakes because they're wild animals and some have poison that can kill a person. 2. I know someone who is afraid of very high places because he has vertigo. Which of these words do you know? No. What do the words mean? Needless and sweet. Other phobias. Elisa has of ophidiophobia. Ophidiophobia is a fear of snakes. People think snakes are disgusting because snakes look dirty and sweet. Snakes are not disgusting. They are clean and dry. Most people with a snake phobia have never seen or touched a real snake. These people are afraid, so they avoid parks and other places where snakes live. Ophidiophobia is the fear of snakes. True. 2. Rosa has acrophobia. Acrophobia is the fear of high places. People have some fear of high places. When people have acrophobia, they panic. As a result, they can be in a tall building. They can't walk on a high bridge. When people have acrophobia, they panic. True. 3. Some have trypanophobia. Trypanophobia is a fear of needles. This fear usually starts in childhood. When children visit the doctor, they cry because needles hurt. When children are older, they learn to relax. People with a phobia never relax because they can't relax. They panic or they avoid the doctor. Trypanophobia is a fear of doctors. False. Trypanophobia is a fear of needles. 4. Ali has glossophobia. Glossophobia is a fear of public speaking. People with glossophobia speak easily with friends and people at work. They panic when a lot of people are watching and listening. They have weak hands because they sweat a lot. People with glossophobia cannot talk to friends and people from work. False. Uh, People with glossophobia speak easily with friends and people at work. Comprehension. 1. The fear of public speaking usually starts when a child goes to the doctor. False. When people have a fear of high places, they panic in tall buildings or on high bridges. True. People with a fear of snakes avoid going to the exit. False. People with a fear of public speaking panic when they talk to friends or people at work. False. Thanks.